Today I'm doing an exciting review about Krypton, Season 2, Episode 9, like that. So it's going to join me and have fun, okay? Oh, one more episode so the season's over, so I'm happy, like that. It starts off with, like, you see Zach talk to the rest of the group of Lyda like this, and he Lyda explain, like, what Zod did to her, and, like, Lyda's fiance is like, dude, if he did that to someone he loves, imagine what he would do to someone he doesn't care about. And how her son wants to take over the whole galaxy like this. Then it cuts off to thinking, freaking Zod talking to his lead scientist like that. And, like, he's like, no, I need to test them to do this. Like, so he unleashes Doomsday. Tells Doomsday to kneel, and Doomsday to kneel. So he's a troll now. Then it cuts back to thinking, Zach and figure, or early on the episode, the same thing. Zach is explaining how his plan is to meet his grandfather and regroup with the rebels like this. So it's a shuttle they can take to the planet because the regular way is destroyed. So back to this, okay? It cuts off to like freaking Zach meeting up with freaking like his grandfather like this. Well, no, before then, my bad. Zach was kissing like Lyda and having an intimate moment, saying like, "I'm so happy you're back," and like, "Oh my God, you're so awesome you being back." Like this, and then his wife came in, all but her, like this, and they had a little argument. She walks off, and then he walks up to talk to her like that, and he's like, "I realize she's the love of your life, but I feel you're the love of my life like this. But you know, you realize like this, that was your first love like that, you know, and our marriage is not something you really wanted in the beginning." Because I ever had forced marriage. So I'm like, why don't you just marry both of them like that? You know, you have two wives. I don't know if that's against the laws of Krypton like that, but because I never saw that in the comics like that. But side point, it cuts off like that. Thinking the vet girl and Zach meets up with like Old Man L. They have a touching moment like this, and he tells him what Zod's plan and he's about to attack you guys, and then Old Man L tells the leader of the freaking soldiers like this, hey, go make trenches and go line up like that to make offensive positions to stop us from being wiped out. So he goes to do that, and then like you see freaking Zach L meet with the bartender, his old friend, and freaking Adam Strange, and they have a touching moment, and is everything good like that. So there's like, a lot of touching moments in this, and then after that, you see Zod making a touching speech to his people. He goes, today we'll be conquerors like this. Today we will leave Krypton like this and make sure our race survives like that. And the rebels will be wiped out. Well, he sends a ship off to freaking the moon like that. This little space colony the rebels at. And Doomsday's landed, okay? So the rebels all line up to attack to defend the base. Doomsday walk out, basically get blasted with all these gunfire, affects none like that. Wipes everybody out, like literally smashes people. You see people head getting smashed, arms getting whipped off. I'm like, it was pretty gory. Like that, he was like literally messing. And one thing about this version of Doomsday, he's the most accurately looking Doomsday from the comic. He looks just like the comics, like that, and his backstory is almost the same. So I like the version of Doomsday in the show. It's pretty cool. So like when the battle happening, you see freaking Zach L and his grandfather talking like this. We have to destroy the tunnels to stop him. Like, it won't kill him, but we'll stall him a little bit like that. So decided to blow up all the tunnels like that slowly, and try to do a last-ditch effort to take over the spaceship they came on. So when that's happening, you see Lyda and her mom talking, having a touching moment like this. Hey, I apologize for almost like trying to kill you like that, and choose my son over you. And she's like, it's okay, it's my fault. I raised you to be a Zod like this. And they have a little moment like this. She gets forgiveness, and then she's not feeling that good. She's like, for the parasite, she has a virus now. So like her ex-fiance had to go look for some medicine like this, and like when that happens, he comes back, gives her the medicine, and makes some jokes, and he tells her the difference between her and a clone. Cuts back to this. You see, freaking they putting explosions up. Adam Strange goes with fucking Old Man this way, and they split up. When they're doing that thing, one of the explosions actually happen, and Adam Strange gets like fucking crushed by a bunch of rocks like that, and fucking you think fucking Old Man L's dead. So It cuts off to thinking like Zach is like he got his his grandfather more because communication is damaged, and like he's like we have to mentally set this bomb thing like this, and like he was about to set it up like that. Doomsday busts through the wall, massacres everybody like that, and like it literally ends up like cuts back to thinking Zod drinking some wine and like that, smiling and glory about it. Then it cuts back to thinking like the bartender was able to save Zach-El and drive him away, and like he's like, yes, we need to find the bomb like this. So like he gets back up, they have a little fight, he slams him down, pushed this button into that thinking energy field like that wall, like stopping him from going through the tunnel like that. And they said the goodbyes, and like, hey, you're my best friend, like this, but you have a son to live for, so that's why I have to sacrifice that for you to make sure you live. And after that, you see the bartender walking around this like freaking narrow tunnels. It kind of reminds me of freaking aliens like this, or scary movies like that. Like you just know Doomsday's gonna pop up behind him and F him up. So he finds up the bomb thing switch like that. He gets it. Doomsday's right behind him, punches him in the gut. You see blood just coming down his face. It's pretty gory. And his last of his strength, he pushes the button and flips him off like that. And Doomsday just whips his head off. Like I was like, ugh. After that, most of the people, you see the vet girl attack the ship they're trying to get like that because a lot of Saltataris, soldiers on that ship, and like it's a very bloody battle like that. You know, she gets closer in combat with a knife, start cutting people up like this, little gunfights. So it was pretty good. Eventually took the shit over, and her people were able to escape the planet. But because they've blown all the tunnels up, the moon is very unstable, so the moon blew up basically like that. And thinking like the little spaceship they came in to meet to regroup with the rebels. That's how Zach-El escapes like that. Episode basically ends at thinking that cliffhanger like this, like that. And then you see, I give this episode a solid 10, like that. Like I don't think Zod's gonna be defeated in the next episode. I think he's gonna take a major L like that. But I don't think he's going to be defeated. Or he might be captured, but I don't think he's going to be killed. Or I don't think he's going to be defeated. I think he's still going to be the legal bad guy in Season 3. And I'm watching this, I can only see Krypton lasting at the max 5 seasons like that. 3 seasons, one more season would be okay for me. But at the max 5 seasons. Because, like, I don't think they have that much story for it, you know? Like, I'm watching the season, I'm like, yeah, you can stretch out for at the max 2, maybe 3 more seasons like that. But I think 5 is good like that. I'd be happy if it ends next season like this. So, solid 10. I give it all solid 10 episode. 1 out of 10, solid 10. Ascribe, liking, comment. And what do you think of the episode? Do you think the design of freaking Doomsday and how he massacred the Kryptonian rebels like this was pretty freaking epic like that? Do you think he's the most closest interpretation to freaking Doomsday to the comic? Because like there have already been two other freaking live action Doomsday, and that was Smallville, and he was cool and all, and that was Batman vs Superman. But like this Doomsday is actually scary, he's intimidating, and he looks just like the comic book version of him. Okay? Again, you see me tomorrow when I go live, and we have a talk with friends. So, again, like, subscribe, and comment. And you have a blessed day, and Allah be with you.